If we're to believe what the media is telling us, Prime Minister Netanyahu has absolved Hitler and the Nazis from the crimes of the Holocaust. This is what the Prime Minister actually said.
And Haj Amin al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, if you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them? He asked. You said, burn them.
The Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, the late Haj Amin al-Husseini, may not have actually uttered those words, but there is significant evidence to confirm that he was an extraordinary anti-Semite and may well have become the reason that so many of our Palestinian friends are feeling the way they are about Jews in general.
On March the 1st, 1944, during one of his many broadcasts, he said, "Arabs, rise as one man and fight for your sacred rights. Kill the Jews wherever you find them. This pleases God, history, and religion. This saves your honor. God is with you."
Similar words are spoken by Abbas, Hamas, ISIS. It's all coming back to haunt us. If you're not prepared to believe Netanyahu's words, listen to the words of the great Lord Sachs.
The thing that has changed the Middle East was really the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, who was a close supporter of Hitler and spent the war in Berlin and brought a fraudulent document known as the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which was not invented in Nazi Germany. It was actually invented in Tsarist Russia. But he brought it into the Middle East in the 1930s. The result was that the Middle East was infected by an anti-Semitism that was in origin European, one bit coming from West Europe, the other coming from East Europe. And that's the trouble. Europe cured itself of that virus after the Holocaust, but it had infected the Middle East, and now it's coming back to haunt Europe again.
This is about Islam and Jews. This is not a national dispute or conflict. These are Islamic assassins who wants to kill Jews because they are Jews. And this is a new combination of self-radicalization of young people coming from social networks, combined with imams talking in mosques about let's go and kill the Jews are like pigs and elephants and monkeys and you have to kill them, you have to stab them. And they have the instruction clips on Facebook telling them how to do so.
Yair Lapid there, wrestling with a BBC journalist who would have the Israelis arrest those trying to kill Jews rather than the Israelis kill them first.
A Muslim madman running the streets of London, trying to stab a British policeman, somebody from the Met Police, on the throat, cut his throat with a knife, and the policeman would have shoot and kill him. Would you say, well, you have to understand the difficult kind of living immigrants have in this country? Or would you say, no, he's a madman and we should kill him because this is no way to behave in a civilized country?
Well, and this week, Andrew Bolt, one of the few Australian journalists prepared to criticise his colleagues for biased reporting.
The Sydney Morning Herald blames Israel in part for the violence, for not offering a political solution, and blames it for defending itself with allegedly excessive force, shooting the attackers. Labor MP Melissa Park is even worse.
Violence has intensified in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories as Israel continues to violate international law by building settlements in East Jerusalem and the West Bank. 8 Israelis and at least 37 Palestinians have been killed so far this month, the disproportionate casualty numbers reflecting the power imbalance between the parties.
Once again, the Jews are accused of being heavy-handed in merely trying to protect their people.
The ABC also seems to have sided against Israel.
Dozens of Israelis and Palestinians have been killed on buses, at bus stops and at checkpoints. Just hours ago, Israeli security forces shot 2 more Palestinians after they tried to board a school bus. Tensions are being fuelled by the building of Jewish settlements on Palestinian land and limits on Muslim access to the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
So, according to the ABC, it's all due to tensions being stoked by Israel. True or false?
Well, Beersheba, Afula and Tel Aviv are in Israel proper. They're nothing to do with the occupied territories. It's very, very strange if you claim occupation as the basis for doing this, that this is happening in Israel proper, apart from the fact that peace negotiations have been offered continually by Mr. Netanyahu to Mr. Abbas.
You may recall that the reasons we're being given for Palestinians attacking Jews right now is because Israel intends to change the arrangements at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Nothing further from the truth, as I've said many times before. And here are the most recent words about the Al-Aqsa Mosque spoken by Netanyahu.
We welcome increased coordination between the Israeli authorities and the Jordanian Waqf, including to ensure that visitors and worshippers demonstrate restraint and respect for the sanctity of the area, and all this in accordance with the respective responsibilities of the Israeli authorities and the Jordanian Waqf. We support the call for the immediate restoration of calm and for all the appropriate steps to be taken to ensure that violence ceases, that provocative actions are avoided, and that the situation returns to normalcy in a way that promotes the prospects for peace. We look forward to working cooperatively to lower tensions, stop incitement, and discourage violence.
So last week was the Great Chalabek and also the Shabbat project. We had a fantastic Saturday, and so did 1 million Jews across the world as the Shabbat project was kept by so many. We ended in Caulfield Park for the Havdalah ceremony, and there was a few friendly faces down there to welcome the shtick and to welcome the week ahead.
And who are you missing?
No one really. Everyone alive is here.
Every amazing Shabbos. Where were you? I was at Blake Street, and they got together, had a lunch with Central Shul and Glenara Chabad, and then we had a talk at Blake Street Shul. Brilliant speakers, and then an amazing Sudash Lishit and singing and dancing at Glenara Chabad. Really was amazing.
Hold on, have we just had a collaborative Shabbat?
Absolutely. The whole community is here, everyone from Melbourne, hopefully everyone from Victoria are here.
They're doing it in Renana, so my mom is there, and my children are there.
Okay, in Renana?
In Renana.
Okay.
So
we hope they've had a lot. They're in the middle of it now, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And they're going to do Havdalah similar to this. It's called Yad Lebanim. It's a community center, and hopefully we'll have as amazing turnout as it is
I don't think they'll have as many people there as we've got here. What about this crowd?
Amazing.
Hey, it's amazing from over there, I can tell you.
Talk to you.
reflects the passion for both Judaism and Israel combined. Stay with us for more Havdalah concert after the break.